As shown in a study done by USC, the United States spends about $7,743 annually per student. That's $809.6 billion total, roughly $2,000 more than the next leading country, the United Kingdom.
Unfortunately, the United States is still ranked 36th internationally, as reported by the Program for International Student Assessment. Most European and Asian developed countries ranked higher than the United States.
And despite all of the spending, which increased over 300% between 1970 and 2010, math, science, and reading scores have shown almost no improvement.
In a very recent study by the Social Progress Imperative, it was determined that South Korea and other East Asian countries top the world education system rankings.
Findings in this report show that these East Asian countries value effort over innate smartness. There are fewer students per class, and teachers focus more personally on development, which then encourages greater student participation.
In comparison, U.S. classrooms are much fuller, making personal relationships between students and teachers more difficult. Teachers are often talking to students instead of with students.
An American national standardized testing focuses on test-taking skills rather than problem-solving abilities.
Teachers overwhelmingly believe that Common Core will have a positive effect on the student's education.
However, teachers are not trained to teach the Common Core curriculum. In theory, this would be very successful as it values a deeper understanding. However, the implementation has not been a success.
Our first solution to fix our education system, specifically the implementation of Common Core, is to have teacher-led training programs to better educate teachers in Common Core states on the curriculum and methods to teach.
The other main issue we would like to address is the distribution of funds to lower-income communities.
Students of low-income communities are 22% less likely to receive a quality education from experienced teachers than those in a wealthy community.
Community eligibility, a program that provides free meals to impoverished students, is possible in almost all U.S. states and territories, but is only being successfully implemented by 18 of them. Studies show that students who are malnourished because of poverty are much more likely to drop out.
Our solution for this issue is to work with the tax committee to grant tax breaks for large companies who provide supplies and donations to poorer school districts. This will increase funding for education in poor communities without raising taxes on their families.
For example, at Alciama High School, Chevron provides resources and money to promote the engineering pathway and lead the way for possible future employees.
Another example of private companies aiding schools is the $25,000 donation by TSYS, a credit card company with bases in Arizona, to local Phoenix schools.
Also, VIL Corp donated 85 laptops to needy schools in Vancouver. Programs like this both promote your own company and also raise the education of possible future employees.
In order to keep public schools, education must be funded by the government. If it was left to private companies to fund schools, it is likely they would run it like a business and families would have to pay tuition instead of some of their taxes going towards education.
Without public schools, poor families would not be able to attend school, and this would lead to only the wealthy affording to attend school.
Where in the Constitution does it talk about education? Well, it doesn't. Instead, the Constitution grants this power to the states through the 10th Amendment. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. Therefore, implementing Common Core at a federal level is near impossible. However, states can choose to join or remain out.
In the Supreme Court case of Brown v. Board of Education, it was instilled that segregation of public schools is illegal and that all children have the right to a free and equal public education.